In Virginia overnight, there was an emotional vigil in honor of the teacher who was wounded in last week's shooting at an elementary school. Police say the shooter was a student just 6 years old, and this morning we're learning more about what happened. NBC News correspondent Katie Beck has details.
From her hospital bed Monday, recovering from a gunshot wound, first grade teacher Abigail Zwerner had one pressing question.
Do you know how my students are? She was worried about them.
Zwerner hailed a hero. Police say during classroom instruction Friday, a 6-year-old student drew a 9mm handgun and fired a single round. The bullet went through Zwerner's hand and struck her in the chest.
She suffered a gunshot wound, but she was still able to get all of her students out of that classroom. Mrs. Zwerner was the last person to leave that class.
Police say the 6-year-old brought the gun to school from home, the firearm legally purchased by his mother. The child now receiving treatment in a medical facility. Administrators back to the drawing board on safety protocols for lower schools.
I'll be honest, who would be prepared for a 6-year-old to bring a loaded weapon onto school or a weapon onto school and shoot their teacher?
Rich Neck Elementary will remain closed for the remainder of the week. Parents, grandparents, and faith leaders visiting campus, still processing the shock.
I've been good up to this moment. Now it's surreal.
An outpouring of concern for a heroic teacher and the little ones left to heal.
To have something like this, a safe place where kids are supposed to run with their friends, where they're supposed to pass notes in school, that's the kind of darkness they should have had to deal with.
Katie Beck reporting there. Mika, so this handgun was brought from home, legally owned by the family, by a 6-year-old. Police said this was not an accident. This was a confrontation. In other words, a 6-year-old had a beef with the first grade teacher and pulled a gun on her. But the police went into detail talking about how this amazing teacher was shot through her hand and into her upper body. But her first instinct was to get the other kids out of the classroom, between 16 and 20 of them, first graders. Got them out of the classroom to safety, and then thought about herself after that. Extraordinary, stunning details.
Just, what next?